We are not trapped by our circumstances, we are trapped by our minds. Right now, as you watch this, there is a war raging silently inside you. A loop of scenarios that haven't happened, conversations that never occurred, and regrets that cannot be undone. We call it overthinking. The ancient masters called it a self-inflicted prison. But 2,000 years ago, Roman emperors and exiled philosophers discovered the key to that prison. Today, we learn how to turn it. Overthinking is the desperate illusion that if you replay a scenario enough times, you can somehow change the outcome. It is the mind's attempt to control the uncontrollable. We worry about tomorrow's presentation, next week's finances, or what someone thought of a passing comment we made 3 days ago. Stoicism steps into this mental chaos not with comfort, but with a sharp, undeniable truth. Epictetus called it the dichotomy of control. Some things are up to us and some things are not. When you overthink, you are pouring your life force into things that do not belong to you. You are trying to command the wind. The Roman philosopher Seneca understood this agony intimately. He wrote to his friend Lucilius, capturing the exact nature of your late-night anxiety. Read that again, in imagination. The monster you are fighting is not real. It is a ghost created by your intellect. The bad news is you built the ghost. The good news is you can tear it down. Imagine being the most powerful man in the known world. You command legions, you rule over millions, and your empire is collapsing under the weight of a deadly plague and endless war. This was the daily reality of Marcus Aurelius. If anyone had a reason to overthink, it was him. Yet, every night, by the dim light of an oil lamp in his military tent, he wrote to himself, not for publication, but for survival. He called these notes meditationes, conversations with himself. In the trenches of the Germanic frontier, Marcus wrote a line that should be carved into the mind of every overthinker. Notice his correction. He didn't escape anxiety as if it were an external enemy chasing him. He discarded it. He dropped it like a heavy stone he realized he no longer needed to carry. When your mind begins to spin, you must realize that the anxiety is not built into the fabric of your room, your job, or your relationship. It is built entirely in your perception of them. You are the architect of your own overwhelm. Overthinking thrives in 2 time zones, the past and the future. It cannot survive in the present. When you overthink, you are borrowing trouble from a future that does not yet exist. You are paying interest on a debt you may never owe. Marcus Aurelius offered a brutal, effective exercise to combat this. He commanded himself to break down every overwhelming situation into its smallest atomic parts. If you are overwhelmed by a massive project, look only at the next sentence you need to write. If you are overwhelmed by life, look only at the breath you are taking right now. Do not let your imagination crush you by trying to carry the weight of the next 10 years all at once. Marcus reminds us. So, how do we practice this today? How do we stop the loop? The next time your mind begins to spin out of control, catch yourself. Pause. Step back mentally and look at your thoughts as if they belong to a stranger. Ask yourself the Stoic question, is this within my control? If the answer is no, then your thoughts are nothing more than noise. Treat them like the wind rattling against your window, audible but incapable of harming the warmth inside. Remember the wisdom of Seneca and the resolve of Marcus Aurelius. You possess the ultimate veto power over your own mind. You do not have to turn every spark of a thought into a wildfire. Stop thinking. Start being. The present moment is the only place where you truly exist.